Welcome back. This is episode 5 of the On-Site podcast. You already know our protagonist arrived alone in Pensacola 3 weeks ago, right?
Right, yeah.
And now he has just moved in as a paying guest with his coworker Mickey and Mickey's wife Sarah. So we are stepping right through the front door with him.
We really are. And, well, I'll be sort of guiding us through this amazing culture shock he experiences. Because moving into a private American home, it's a huge adjustment.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because before we even look at the inside of the house, we have to look at the ground it sits on, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because this house sits just off Navy Boulevard, which, leads straight to the Naval Air Station. So it hit me that this home isn't just a place to sleep. It's like a living, physical artifact of military mobilization.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And what's fascinating here is how you can draw a direct line from the grand history of global empires all the way down to the specific floor plan of the house he is staying in.
Wait, global empires? Like, how far back are we talking?
Oh, I mean, centuries. The whole region's identity is anchored by Pensacola Bay. It's this incredibly deep, beautifully defensible natural harbor.
Right.
So if you look at the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries, the Spanish, the French, the British, they were all fighting fiercely over this exact body of water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because having a deep water harbor meant you could harbor warships, which meant, you controlled the Gulf.
Right. So that natural advantage set the stage. And then the military utility just evolved with technology, I guess.
Exactly. So by 1914, the world is anticipating World War I, right? The Navy realizes the future of warfare is going to rely on the skies, so they need a training ground.
Ah, so they moved down south.
Yep. They transfer their aviation unit from Annapolis to Pensacola, and then, well, the post-World War II boom happens. Neighborhoods practically blossom overnight outside the gates to house everyone.
Which brings us to Mickey and Sarah's house, because it was built in 1947, right during that boom.
Yes.
But wait, I was looking at the floor plan of this 1947 house, and it's so curious. It has this almost H-shaped layout.
Right. It's very distinct.
Yeah, the master bedroom and bath are all the way at the back, connected to the front only by this narrow galley kitchen. It seems, I don't know, incredibly inefficient for a traditional family.
Well, that isolation was entirely intentional. That specific layout was built to handle the influx of returning personnel. It allowed homeowners to easily sublet parts of the house to other military families.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. And for our protagonist, that 1947 layout is a massive advantage. It gives him independence in his own wing of the house while still, living with the family.
Right, this history is amazing. But stepping inside that layout triggers this intense sensory shift for him. I mean, we are talking about moving from the outside in.
Oh, definitely.
Because these architectural differences, they completely alter his psychological baseline for safety.
You see that immediately with the exterior. In India, his concept of home was defined by heavy protection. He lived in a gated apartment complex.
Yeah, with physical iron gates and dedicated security guards, right?
Yes, exactly. A completely self-contained world.
And suddenly he's in a house that sits directly on the street. It's totally exposed. He actually talks about the cultural leap of sleeping just feet away from a public sidewalk.
It is a jarring shift.
Right. Just a patch of grass and a standard glass window pane separating him from passing strangers. I mean, imagine knowing anyone could just walk up to that glass.
It's terrifying if you aren't used to it. And the shock just continues when he looks at the actual silhouette of the building. The slanted tile roof.
Oh, yeah. He said it looked exactly like a child's generic drawing of a house.
It really did feel surreal to him. Because his lived experience with single-family houses in India, well, they almost exclusively featured flat concrete roofs.
Right. Spaces they actually used, right?
Exactly. Concrete provides thermal mass for the heat in India, and families would sit up there in the evening air. So living under slanted tiles felt entirely foreign.
And that completely dictates the sensory reality inside, too. In India, walls are solid, unforgiving brick and mortar. They feel permanent.
Yeah, but here, the first time he knocks on an interior wall, expecting that solid resistance.
He just gets a dull, echoey thud.
Right. He discovers hollow drywall and timber studs. It felt shockingly fragile compared to the concrete he grew up with.
He is just absorbing everything, walking on those original hardwood floors that groan and squeak with every step.
Looking up at the unexpected height of the rooms, the bumpy texture of the popcorn ceilings.
It's a total sensory overload. But we have to talk about the Phantom AC.
Oh, the Phantom AC is incredible.
Because in India, AC meant massive, humming, highly visible window units, right? You know exactly where the cold was coming from.
Yeah, they were loud and obvious. But Mickey and Sarah's house has central air conditioning,
Which is hidden entirely in those hollow walls we just talked about.
and it mystifies him. He walks in, there's no machine, no roaring box. The cool air is just, there.
Like a phantom house quietly breathing on him.
Exactly. He realizes it's silently distributed through invisible metal ducts, just spilling from grated vents. And it's all controlled by this mysterious small plastic box in the hallway. He's just in awe of it.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because once he gets past the hollow walls and phantom AC, he has to actually survive the logistics of this space.
And without modern safety nets, you see how much he relies on his hosts.
Right. I mean, look at his room setup. Twin beds, square table, side table, tiny closet. His suitcases fit neatly under the table.
Very functional. But Mickey and Sarah provided the bed, the pillowcases, pillows, a heavy comforter, and even a bath towel.
Which, if you think about it, is a massive logistical lifeline. He didn't have to source a bed or buy linens on day one in a new country without a car.
Right. Those unearned amenities kept him afloat. And the logistical support goes beyond sheets. He just have a mobile phone.
So no digital alarm clock.
Yep. So every single morning, Mickey walks down the hall and knocks on his door to wake him up for work.
Having your coworker act as your personal morning alarm clock is such a funny, intimate dynamic.
It really is. It takes immense patience for Mickey. And that patience comes in handy with the shower curtain incident.
Oh my gosh, yes. This is the best part.
It's hilarious. So the extra bathroom he uses didn't have a shower curtain. And in India, bathrooms are a single continuous space. The floor is meant to get wet.
Right. Wet floors are totally normal there.
So he just assumes a shower curtain is some weird American hotel gimmick.
Yeah.
He literally soaks the floor every morning and just wipes it down for days.
Just assuming that's how it works.
Exactly. Until Mickey makes a casual comment, which forces the author to actually go on the internet and look up shower curtains to understand why it was necessary. I love how wonderfully transparent he is about these embarrassing moments.
Which perfectly sets up this weekend shopping mission, because Mickey takes him out to solve the shower curtain mystery and to get an alarm clock.
So Mickey can retire from his morning duties.
Exactly. And while they're shopping, he spots this alarm clock radio that triggers intense nostalgia. It looked like a vintage 1990s Sony radio his dad had brought from Europe.
Yeah, so he buys it, he takes it home, and blindly tunes it to 98.7 Cat Country.
Let me ask you, how often does a completely accidental radio dial turn fundamentally rewire your understanding of a new culture?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, that dial turn changed everything. Country music became his auditory bridge to rural and Southern American values.
Because his musical baseline was so different before this.
Totally different. His repertoire was the grand cinematic romanticism of Bollywood, or the synthesized guitars and predictable rhythms of American and European pop and rock.
Yeah.
Country was a completely new frontier.
Yeah, a total sonic departure. Suddenly his room is filled with the metallic twang of acoustic steel guitars and weeping fiddles.
And that unvarnished, raw Southern drawl. Pop singers try to smooth over their pronunciation, but this felt conversational, like sitting across the kitchen table.
And the themes.
Yeah.
Instead of cinematic fantasy, it was heartbreakingly real.
Unglamorous stories about broken hearts, raising kids, hard manual labor. He gets completely hooked on this narrative storytelling.
Right, he mentions George Strait's Give It Away, which is a brilliant story about dismantling a life item by item.
And Rodney Atkins Watching You, about a son mimicking his father.
And he also notes that singer Tim McGraw, who has this profound meditation on mortality and choosing to truly live.
Yes. These raw themes became the literal comforting soundtrack to his mornings.
So what does this all mean? We have a guy navigating phantom AC, missing shower curtains and acoustic guitars. But the real story is the shift from feeling like an outsider to feeling a profound sense of belonging.
And that transition is really aided by Molly and Zoe, Mickey and Sarah's dogs.
Oh, right. Zoe is that majestic, imposing German shepherd.
Yeah, but their quick acceptance brings this warm, living energy to the room. It fundamentally softens the edges of the unfamiliar architecture.
But the ultimate breakthrough of trust happens on his first Sunday morning.
Yes. Mickey and Sarah dress up, leave for their weekly church service, and leave him entirely alone in the house for the first time.
And a profound wave of gratitude just washes over him.
You really see the vulnerability here. He's navigating a dizzying new world, and his hosts are quietly demonstrating a monumental act of unearned trust, leaving an immigrant alone with everything they own.
It's a monumental gesture. He realizes he's no longer just surviving, he is anchored.
The house becomes a safe harbor.
It really leaves you with a final thought to mull over. We spend so much time building physical barriers, the fences, the locks, to keep people out. But how often do we define our homes by the quiet acts of trust that invite them in?
That is the perfect way to look at his first week there.
Signing off for episode 4. Goodbye, everyone.
Catch you next time.